The dwarfs. People being called dwarves not getting jobs in Hollywood because of Peter Dinklage and stuff like that.
It's just really weird. I feel like that's not the reason why people aren't getting like freaking roles as dwarves. I feel like people are not getting roles as dwarves because there's not many roles for dwarves. Like the only time there'd be roles for dwarves is to like create them. Or if they're already existing, right?
Or I think Peter Dinklage's argument is just cast the dwarves as if they were normal people. So, like, if let's say hypothetically they were going to do a movie about a millionaire who loses all his money, why can't that millionaire who loses all his money just be a dwarf? And like, they don't even have to include that to be part of his story. It's just like he's a millionaire who lost all his money, but he just happens to be a dwarf. I think that's the point of Peter Dinklage, right?
I think that is a good point. I feel like that is true, but it's just like I feel like there's like just a really big, like being a dwarf. I feel like there's like a really big dynamic and in like Hollywood on how people should look. Right? Like, how often do you see a movie where even if the guy in real life is shorter than the woman, that, like, you know...
But shouldn't that change, though? Like, just because that is a thing in Hollywood doesn't mean that it should be a thing forever, you know?
I agree. But, like, at the same time, like, Hollywood's racist, Hollywood's sexist, Hollywood's all these things.
Yeah.
We talked about this before. How many brown actors can you name?
Not a lot.
Can you name any?
Shahid Khan. Aziz, I'm sorry. The guy
he's a comedian. I don't even count him as an actor.
Fine. The guy from Aladdin who's from Toronto apparently.
Exactly. I know his name. You don't know his name. I know his name because I'm brown.
Kumar. I don't know his name either.
There you go.
I can't remember.
It just won't happen until later. But even when it does happen later, there's also the problem of them doing it. So here's the problem I have with like Hollywood stuff like that too. When they should do it, but they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do it just to make it inclusive. They're not gonna do it as like it naturally should be done.
I agree. Yeah.
Like they'll do it. It's kind of like the Snow White. It's kind of, they're just doing it to be like, oh, we're inclusive. It's all about empowering women. It's all empowering dwarves and stuff like that. When it should just be like, why does it have to be empowering? I feel like the thing that empowers them is just like including them without making a spectacle of it.
Yeah, because if you talk about the inclusivity of it, you're just making it a bigger deal than it really is, where it's like, you know, like you're almost minimalizing it. Like I can't articulate it any better, but like I agree with you. Like it should be normalized, basically.
Mm-hmm. Like Peter Dinklage in Game of Thrones,
brilliant. He was the best actor easily in that show. But not easily, but he was one of the best actors.
But was his role a dwarf in like the book?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. But like in wasn't he also in freaking Infinity War? But
he was, but he wasn't a dwarf. He was a giant dwarf.
He was a giant dwarf.
Which is it's an oxymoron, but if you see it, you'll understand it. He was a giant dwarf. Like his appendages still didn't look proportionate to his body, but he's a brilliant actor, man.
I think he's a really good actor. And then there's that interview he was having with that lady. Where that lady was just like, we shouldn't call dwarves. And he's just like, what should I call myself? Whatever you want. I'm a dwarf.
I choose to identify as a dwarf. Fuck you.
Yeah, because